I would not examine him any further. His wisdom is greater than the wisdom of grown-up people, and is really surprising. No, he said that he is capable of understanding also the symbols. Let us hear him. First, let him say a psalm, the blessings and the prayers, also the precepts. Yes, repeat the Midraskiot. Jesus repeats a long litany of don't do this, don't do that, without any hesitation. If we were still obliged to keep all those limitations, rebels as we are, I'm sure that no one would be saved. That is enough. Open the roll with the green ribbon. Jesus opens it, and he is about to read. Further on, yes, further on. Jesus obeys. That is enough. Now read and explain it if you think there is a symbol. In the Holy Word, it is seldom missing. It is we who cannot see and apply it. I read 4th Book of the Kings, chapter 22, verse 10. Quotes, Then Shaphan the secretary informed the king, saying, Hilkiah, the high priest, has given me a book. And Shaphan read it aloud in the king's presence. On hearing the contents of the law of God, the king tore his garments and gave the following. Unquote. Read after all the names. Quotes, The following order. Go and consult Yahweh on behalf of me and the people, on behalf of the whole of Judah, about the contents of this book that has been found. Great indeed must be the anger of Yahweh blazing out against us, because our ancestors did not obey what this book says, by practicing everything written in it. Unquote. That is enough. This happened many centuries ago. Which symbol do you find in an event of ancient history? Just pause before going on. That little quote that Jesus gave is concerning when, under the reign of King Josiah, the great reformer and good king of Judah, the book of Deuteronomy was found when renovations were being done in the temple. And this was a spur to Josiah's reforms, which was getting rid of the paganisms that there were still in Israel or redeveloped in Israel. And God was pleased with Josiah because of this. But carrying on now. Jesus responds, I find that time cannot be related to what is eternal, and God is eternal, and our soul is eternal, and the relation between God and our soul is also eternal. Therefore, the thing that gave rise to a punishment then is the same thing that gives rise to punishment now, and the effects of the fault are the same. That is, Israel is no longer acquainted with the wisdom which comes from God. It is to him, and not to poor men, that we must apply for light. And it is not possible to have light if there is no justice and loyalty to God. That is why men sin, and God, in his anger, punishes them. We are no longer acquainted? But what are you saying, child? And the 613 precepts? The precepts exist, but they are mere words. We know them, but we do not practice them. That is why we are not acquainted with them. This is the symbol. Every man, in every period of time, must consult the Lord to know his will and comply with it, to avoid drawing his anger on himself. The child is perfect. Not even the trap of the tricky question has upset him in his reply. Let us take him to the real synagogue,